welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is here to weigh in on how the tech sector will change in Trump's second term. Joining us right now is AOL co-founder Steve Case. He's now the chairman and CEO of DC-based investment firm Revolution. He's a friend of the show. We get to talk to him all the time. And, Steve, it's really great to see you this morning.
Great to be back with you in this chilly city.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the technology perspective, this is so much different than anything we've ever seen before. To have all of these tech leaders who are here, who we almost never see at inaugurations, to have them all have front and center seating for some of these issues. What's changed about this? Why is Silicon Valley and why are tech leaders here this time around?
Well, I've been saying for many years, over a decade, that we need to build more of a bridge between Silicon Valley and Washington, D.C. The innovators need to engage with the policymakers. So I think it's a healthy process to make sure their voices are heard. At the same time, we need to make sure we have the right checks and balances, and Congress does its things. But overall, I think it's a positive to get people who are focused on the future working with the government to try to make sure America can continue to be the most innovative entrepreneurial nation. But we also do it in a more inclusive way. One of the areas we worked on with Rise the Rest and Tech Hubs was how do you get more venture capital to more places. The 31 states that President Trump won only got 16% of venture capital. Right. The other states were 84%.
This was in 2023,
we still have this dynamic,
right? The numbers that you guys
where
ran.
Most of the capital goes to Silicon Valley, New York City, Boston, not enough to Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, other states. So we need to focus in the next few years on that. So I hope it's not just innovating in general, but also innovating in ways that it brings along more people, more places within our country.
So the Vice President-elect, J.D. Vance, worked at Revolution with you for 18 months. That was a huge focus of his, too.
He led that effort. He was the managing partner of that Rise of the Rest effort.
So is this something that you think changes with this administration? What do you know? What have you talked to him about? What plans are there to make sure that this Rise of the Rest really continues and more money gets pushed those directions?
I think it will be a priority. Obviously, they're just taking office today, so they have to set their priorities. But I think based on some of the things that President-elect Trump has said, as well as Vice President-elect Vance have said, that will be a priority. Part of the appeal of the campaign were people who felt left out, felt left behind, didn't feel like they were part of the future. The innovation momentum building was not necessarily helping them, their family, their community. So hopefully it will be the Rise of the Rest, and tech hubs, things like that will be a key part of this.
Does that come with government spending, or is this private spending that maybe is partnered with some of that?
It's a mix. Some of the government investment through the Department of Commerce on tech hubs has helped build some momentum there. The SBA has programs like the SBIC program that's trying to get more capital to more venture firms in different parts of the country. So the government has a role to play. Ultimately, it's obviously the private sector, the investors and the entrepreneurs who are going to really be creating the future and funding the future. But there obviously is a role for government to play, including on issues like immigration. One of the things that I was pleased to see was President-elect Trump was talking about the need for high-skilled immigration, and that's something I've been arguing for more than a decade. We need to continue to be a magnet for talent and recognize these are job makers, not job takers. And a number of proposals, a skilled worker visa, Heartland visa, startup visa has emerged. There are probably ways to improve H-1B visa programs so we're able to attract the talent we need to start the companies we need to lead the future and create more jobs in this country, all across this country. I think that needs to be a priority. Sounds like it may be in the first few months.
Part of the coalition, though, of President Trump's coalition disagrees with the H-1B visas. You know that this has been a big battle. Steve Bannon has talked about this, thinks Elon Musk is evil for bringing in the H-1B visas, thinks they're stealing American jobs. How do you navigate that, and what changes could be made to the H-1B visa program to make it a stronger, better program?
I think the Economic Innovation Group, EIG, which worked a lot with the Trump administration, Opportunity Zones, has made a number of proposals, including shifting the H-1B to what they called more of a skilled worker visa. Heartland visa was part of that. So I think there are some improvements. I think some of this is just politics. And, I try to stay out of the politics and focus on policy in a bipartisan way. I think when people look at the facts, they realize that attracting talent, including people like Elon Musk, to this country to start companies here that allows America to lead in the future, allows America to be creating the jobs here, is important, and that attracting talent from all around the world, which has been part of the secret sauce that's powered the American story over the last 249 years, we need to continue to do that. So I'm on the side of attracting more of that talent that are the job creators, but doing it probably in a somewhat smarter way than just some of the traditional programs.